So, today's topic is all about getting out of our heads and tapping into flow. And I wanted to talk about that because this week I just kept having encounters with one person after another who was having this issue of not being able to get unstuck from their thinking mind. And I know if it's happening to a few people, it's probably happening to a lot of us. So I thought that it would be helpful. But I was talking to this one patient of mine who's also a friend. And she's in this situation now where, in the past, she had been in a bad way. She'd been going through some depression, ruminating a lot, being really hard on herself, really stuck, really anxious, just not good. And she had done a lot of work. She had sought counseling. She had learned a lot of mind-body techniques. She learned a lot about herself. She'd put in consistent practice and she got better. And she was doing better for a long time. And over the past year, it seems like one thing after another has happened in a way that was counterproductive for what she wanted and what she had planned for herself, culminating in this whole coronavirus pandemic where she was, furloughed from her job, had to go on unemployment, went from being able to socialize with a lot of people, which really fed her energy, to having to just be by herself a lot because her husband still is going to work every day. And so she's just in their apartment. And she found herself feeling like she was right back where she was all those years ago before she had ever put in any of the work and gotten better. And she was saying that she just felt so stuck. She didn't know how to get out of it. And it was really defeating to have gone through all of that effort and all of that struggle to get better, and then now feel like she was right back where she started, as if none of that had ever happened. And she was trying to do the things that she had learned how to do to get herself out of it, but her mind kept pulling her away, either telling her that she should clean the apartment or just doing a lot of judging and criticizing, like, why are you even trying this? It's not going to help you. You're so worthless. Why, if you were worth anything, you wouldn't have ended up here in the first place. It's never going to work. You're never going to do anything, yada, 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 yada. It's just terrible, right? And you can tell as I'm saying those things that even just having that chatter going on in your head is the opposite of productive, right? It's so counterproductive. And the longer it goes on, the more it affects how you feel mentally, how you feel emotionally, how you feel energetically, spiritually, and physically. And it just piles on and makes it even harder to get out. And it really illustrates the fact that when we're using our thinking brains to try and get ourselves out of a place where we feel stuck in our thinking brains, it's like we're working with the deck stacked against us, right? We're using the thing that is glitching to try to fix the problem. We're also incidentally using the part of our brain that is the slowest. We're using the part of our brain that can process the least amount of information all at once. And we're using the part of our brain that was really never meant to interpret reality accurately for us as it was happening. The neocortex, the part of our brain responsible for conscious thought, it's really responsible for rehashing experiences that you've had in the past and trying to extract lessons and knowledge out of them, and then try to use those in an array of hypothetical situations of things that might happen in the future, right? If this happens, how will I feel? If this happens, how will I feel? If this happens, what will I do? All based on the lens of your past experience. And if your past experience has been challenging, if it's been draining, if it's been depressed, if it's been anxious, then your thinking brain, it doesn't take much for it to default back into that lens of seeing those possible futures that it's always coming up with through that lens of depression, of heaviness, of struggle, of anxiety. But it can be hard to stop that chatter, right? I was talking to another patient later on in the week who was going through something similar, and she said, I just feel so out of control. She had, a few years ago, been in a situation. She was on vacation in Puerto Rico, and there was a natural disaster, and she couldn't get out. And because she couldn't get out, she lost her job. She was in a state of financial hardship. That put a strain on her mentally and emotionally, put her into more of an unbalanced state there, and it just spiraled. And she had also taken a lot of steps to work her way back. And then a month or so ago, she was on vacation again in Hawaii. And then coronavirus happened. And she almost got stuck there. Now, she made it back this time, right? So what happened in Puerto Rico did not repeat itself. She made it back, but it triggered all the same stuff that she had been through before. All the patterns of thought and behavior that the old situation had created for her became fresh again in this situation. And so even though her reality is different, she made it back. She didn't lose her job, XYZ. She's feeling exactly the same as she did before. Thank you to everyone who's giving me lots of hearts and thumbs up right now. I love you guys so much. I'm going to take it that means that this is resonating, okay? So I think we've all felt that way, right? I am so stuck. I am so lost. I am so afraid. I'm so fearful. I don't know what to do next. And we sit and we try to think and think and think and think of what the solution is, okay? So I'm going to invite you all to consider, in the course of your life, how many of your best ideas, your truly inspired ideas, the ones that when you have them, you instantly know that they are good, know that they're going to work, see the path to making them work, and know that success waits you on the other side. How many of those ideas have come to you when you were thinking really hard, trying to come up with them? If I am honest with myself and I look back over the course of my life, I would say probably 0% of my best ideas came to me when I was thinking, trying to come up with them. Where did I get my best ideas? They just came to me, right? They came to me in the shower. They came to me driving in the car. They came to me when I was going on a walk. They came to me waking up from sleep. They came to me in these moments of stillness where I wasn't actively trying to create a situation or create a solution with my brain, and they just shot out and appeared. And the reason that happens to us, right, why we get our best ideas in the shower or driving in the car or when we're waking up from sleep, is because those are the ideas that came from our thinking brain, our feeling brain, our physical brain, our body, our energy field, and our subconscious mind all integrating and working together. And that's a powerful combination. That combination can take in a lot of information. That combination can consider possibilities that you've never experienced before. And that combination, once it's come up with a great solution, shoots it out, and then you benefit from it. And so what I try to tell myself and what I try to help all my patients, friends, and clients do when they get so stuck in their thinking brain is to pull them out, back down into their body, back down into their energy field, and get that going so that they can reattach themselves to the part of themselves that is wise, to the part of themselves that has capacity, to the part of themselves that's in touch with all that is and everything around them. And then the ideas start to come. And then momentum gets created. And then we don't feel so stuck anymore, right? Can I get an amen on a Sunday if any of you have had that experience? Okay. So today we're going to do an energy practice. And the purpose of the practice is, well, there's so many benefits of it. But today it's to help get us out of our thinking brains, reattached to our bodies, reattach to our energy, reattach to our spirits, so that maybe for those of us that are stuck mentally, the ideas and the energy and the good juju can start to flow again, okay? And it's nice to have these little rituals because when I don't know what else to do, I have learned to remind myself, you just do your rituals. You just do your exercises. You do the things that you know to do, and you trust and you have faith that it's going to work like it's always worked. And so my intention today is to give you all something that you can do faithfully that will always work for you. Okay? So to begin, I'm going to invite everybody to stand up. And just like we did a couple of weeks ago, we're going to tap all over our bodies with the palms of our hands to get the blood and the oxygen and the chi pumping, okay? So everybody up. And we're going to go down the inside of our arms and up the outside of the arms. Down the inside, up the outside. Good. Awesome. Okay, back to the shoulders. front to the chest. Hello. Okay, down the sideways. And now we're going to go over to the other arm. So down the inside, up the outside, down the inside, up the outside. And go back to the shoulder. Good, and get the chest. And down the side waist. And now we're going to get the belly, okay? Good. How hard do we tap, Dr. Cohen? As hard as your body wants. Some people are going to want to do this really gently. Some people are going to want to do it really vigorously, and there's all degrees in between. Good. Okay, now we're going to make our hands into fists, and with the back of the fist, we're going to turn around and we're going to get our kidneys. And so what we're doing by using the hands in this way is we're using our Lao Gong points. This is the energy gate that each of us has in the palm of our hands, and we're using that to not only stimulate the physical and the energetic body, but also to direct qi throughout our body. And so by doing it this way on the back, on the kidneys, you're getting the back of the Lao Gong point, so you're still stimulating. And then take the back of the fist and rub across the spine. And I apologize if the sound gets a little rough. I'm trying not to hit my mic as I'm doing this. Good. Okay, so now we're going to move down into the butt. And around the side to the hips. And to the front. Awesome. Good. And now we're going to go to the legs. So I'm going to get a chair so that you can see me and I can go slow without falling over. But you can do this by bending down. You can do this by balancing like this, however you want, okay? So we're going to go down the front of the leg first. Then I'm going to come up the back, down the side. Then I'm going to go up the front, down the back, up the sides, okay? So let's go down the front, up the back, down the sides. Up the front, down the back, up the sides. Good. Other leg. Okay, down the front. Be sure to get your ankles. There's so many energy points there. Down the sides. Up the front. Down the back. Up the sides. Good. Awesome. All right. Isn't that good? I love doing that. Okay. If you're ever tired and dozing off in the middle of the day, stand up and do that. It's amazing. Okay, so we're going to come into our starting position for Qigong, which is Wu Ji, right? So feet together, arms neutral or palms turned out to face the universe. And we're going to step out slightly wider than shoulder width distance apart. We're going to have a gentle bend in our knees. Our feet are going to be turned slightly out, and our knees, as they bend, go outwards so that they stay in line with the feet. Knees never go over the toes, okay? All right, so we're going to move into something called Tai Chi arms now. And the way we do it is we exhale as we come down, and we inhale, bringing our arms up the front to the level of the shoulders with the wrists relaxed, back in towards our bodies. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. And I'm going to show you from the side, okay? Exhale. So we're going out to the front. Inhale, bringing it back. Exhale down. Good. Let's do a couple more. And now on the next time that your hands reach the bottom, you're going to continue the same movement, but you're going to turn the palms to face each other. And this move is called Qigong arms. And as you do this, allow yourself to feel a sensation between your palms. You may feel a hot or a cold or a tingling, or a magnetic pulse or pull. And then as you come down this time, let your hands rest a few inches in front of your body at the level of the lower dantian, your lower energy center, about halfway between your belly button and the bottom of you. Okay? And we are going to build a chi ball. So we're going to really get to sense chi between our hands. And you may already be feeling it. So I feel mine is sort of a like wah, 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 wah. It feels like a little gentle push-pull kind of magnetic force. And there's two ways to start to play with your chi ball or play with your chi to really start to sense it. And one is to, we call polish the ball. So this gentle kind of rolling back and forth of the hands in front of each other as if you're polishing the sides of a ball. And you can play with that for a while. Those of you that feel the chi doing this, see if you can feel it out a little bit further apart. And if you can't, that's okay. Bring it back together. But once you feel the chi, feel free to play with it however you like. Qigong is energy play. So keep your sense of humor and curiosity and explore. Who are not feeling the polishing the ball, the other way you can start to sense it is to put your hands facing each other and try to compress the chi and gently stretch it. Compress and stretch. Compress and stretch. Just small little movements, but they can get bigger as you start to actually feel it. Okay? And I'll tell you, personally, what I'm experiencing as I do this is when I'm bringing my hands together, I feel as if there's something in between them that's pushing back, right? So that it would take effort to push through that field to bring my hands together. And I feel a little bit of a pull as I bring my hands apart, but I don't feel that as much as I do when I'm compressing it. So it's okay if you're not constantly feeling the chi. That will come as you practice. Okay? And then after a while, what happens is you can take your mind off of it and let the chi start to move you. So right now, I don't actually feel like I'm moving my hands at all. I am aware that they're moving. It's not under my conscious control. I feel as if they're being moved. I believe that that's the chi moving my hands. You can believe what you want to believe, but that's been my experience. And I like the polishing and the rolling, so I'm going to go back to that for a little bit. We are going to do another move, and I've chosen this move because, well, it's a beautiful move, but it does so many things for you all at once. It balances yin and yang. It integrates your three dantians, your three energy centers. It opens up your heart. It fills you with chi. It builds and stores. It also is so good for your physical body. It helps with hip flexibility, with leg strength, with knee strength, with tendon strength, with balance. It helps to mobilize your shoulder joints and the muscles between your shoulder blades and the upper part of your back. It creates core strength as you continue to do it. So it's just a lot of bang for your buck. And if you only had time to do one move and you practice this move consistently, you're going to see real benefits out of it. Okay, so we're going to move into it now. Those of you who are really having fun playing with your chi ball, we will come back to it, I promise. Okay, so for this, we're going to step our feet a little bit wider apart into what we call a horse stance. Okay, and go as wide as you feel comfortable. You don't need to go super wide for this. Okay. If your knees have problems, if you have a little arthritis or if you have pain in your knees, you may not want to go as wide. But if you don't go so wide, you're not going to bend so far, okay? So the goal is to always, even when you're at your deepest bend, never have the knees push out beyond where the toes are, because that's how you hurt your knee. And remember, the knees are always going to be going out in line with the feet. If they're going forward, you're going to torque your knee and you're going to hurt it, okay? So this is the starting position. And what we're going to do is we're going to reach out and we're going to scoop up earth chi. And we're going to bring our arms up to the front of us and then back in towards our heart centers. And then we're going to exhale and drop down as we bring our arms forward. And then we're going to come up and down, moving our hands in a circle and then bringing it up, grabbing heavenly chi and moving it down. So we're exhaling down, and exhale as you reach around, Grab up earth chi, bring it up the front, and shape it from your heart. And then you give it to the world. And then you wrap it in a chi field. And you serve it up. Grab the heavenly chi and bring it down. So I'm going to go to the side so you can see it from this way, okay? So we're going to grab earth chi, bring it up the front, shape it from your heart, share it with the world. Wrap it in a chi field, serve it up. Grab the heavenly chi, bring it down. Grab the earth chi, bring it up the front, shape it from your heart, give it to the world. Wrap it up, serve it up. Grab the heavenly chi and bring it down. So we're exhaling, inhaling. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Let's do one more. Scoop up the earth chi. Bring it up and shape it from your heart. Give it out to the world. Wrap it up in a little chi field. Serve it up. Grab sky chi. Bring it down as you bring your feet a little bit closer together and hands come to rest in front of the lower dantian. And take a nice deep breath. Good. And allow yourself to feel any sensation between your lower dantian and the palms of your hands. So again, right now, I do not feel like I'm moving my hands. I feel like they're being moved. I'm aware that they're moving. And to me, it feels like it's the chi that's doing it. This is a great time to come back and play with your chi ball and see if it's easier for you to start to feel it. If you notice a little bit bigger chi than you did before. And if you don't, that's okay. It's okay. Keep practicing. This energy is your birthright. Because you're a human being alive on this planet, this is a resource that you have access to 100%. Every single person can tap into this, even you. It's just a matter of continuing to practice and you will get it, I promise. And now what we're going to do, since we've built and stored all this wonderful chi, is we're going to pack it into our lower dantians. And the way that we're going to do that is by letting our Lao Gong points, the palms of our hands, face the lower dantian. And you're going to take a deep breath in, filling up your lower belly like this. And you're going to exhale, bringing the hands closer together. Inhale, exhale. And you keep doing that. Until your hands come to rest on your lower dantian. And let's give our bellies a little rub. So my screen is flipped, so I don't know what direction this looks like for you guys, but you want to start at the lower right part of your belly, come to the upper right, across to the left and down so that you're following the pathway that your colon takes. Wonderful. Good. And now let's come back into Wuji. So we're going to inhale, bringing our arms up, bringing our feet together, and exhale down 3 times. So once for the lower dantian, inhale up, exhale down for the middle dantian, inhale up, exhale down for the upper dantian. And back into Wuji. And take a deep breath. And just take a moment to check in. Notice how you feel. I love Qigong because for me, every part of it is the reward. The doing it feels good, the afterwards feels good, the benefits that I get through the rest of my day feel so good. It is the self-care thing that I can always get myself to do, even when I can't get myself to do anything else. And there's something like that for all of us. If Qigong is not the one for you, find your thing so that when everything else is going wrong, at least you can hold on to that one piece of self-love, that one piece of self-care, so that you're continuing to nourish yourself and build yourself up and make yourself strong. And you're going to weather everything that life throws at you in a much better, much more skillful, much more flowing way than you would if you totally stopped caring for yourself. So that is our practice for this week. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Like I said, next week we're going to be back to our regular schedule at 9:30 on Saturday mornings. I want to know what you need. I want to know what you're struggling with, because I want to help you. I want to help all of us. I want to help myself, and I want us all to do that together. So message me, post it in the chat, whatever you want us to focus on. I'm going to try to accommodate that, okay? Everyone, have such a wonderful week. I know that things are getting long. I know that they're getting monotonous. I know they're getting challenging. I know we're getting burdened down by a lot of emotional and financial and everything, just sort of heavy stuff, okay? That's why I want you to have these things that you can do with your body, with your energy, to get yourselves out of your head. If you get the body moving, get the oxygen flowing, get the blood pumping, get the chi flowing, everything's going to work better. You're going to be a more optimized machine, a more optimized human being. You're going to have more skillful action. You're going to have more clear thoughts. You're going to get through this like a ninja. And that is my ultimate goal for all of us, right? To come out of this way stronger than we went into it, right? To really use this as a catalyst to level ourselves up so that we're ready to rock and roll and change the world for the better when it's done, right? Okay. All right, everyone. That's my preaching on a Sunday, okay? So I love you all. Thank you again so much for being here. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, Reshma. I will see you next week. And until then, be well.